Hello everybody, I am just another sports fan, and today I'm here to talk about one of the most disappointing teams in football this year. The New York Football Giants squeaked into the 2022 playoffs and beat the, admittedly fraudulent, Minnesota Vikings in the wildcard round. The season showed a lot to like, and with a few nice additions, like Deontay Banks and Bobby Okereke, fans were excited for the 2023 season. This year has actually arrived though, and things have taken a very nasty turn. Let's break down a few of the issues with the New York Giants and talk about why they're in such big trouble. We'll start off talking about the present. The Giants currently sit at 1-4, and their remaining schedule is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. Daniel Jones, the quarterback they're paying $40 million a year for the foreseeable future, has just not been good. It's not entirely his fault, but plenty of the blame does fall on him. He's far from the only issue, though. The New York offensive line is absolutely pathetic in the truest sense of the word, maybe the worst that I've ever seen. Jones has been sacked a whopping 28 times through 5 games, including 11 times in one game alone. The wide receivers have been bad, and Darren Waller has been pretty bad himself. The defense is also terrible, and while you could argue defensive coordinator Wan'Dale doesn't have a lot to work with, that is its own problem. Regardless of how you assign blame, though, the fact of the matter is that both the offense and the defense this year have been startlingly bad, and it seems like essentially every player on the roster has been struggling, big time. Now, let's get into the future of the team. When I look at the situation with contracts around the organization, I'm not any less concerned. After this season, the contracts of defensive end Leonard Williams, cornerback Adoree Jackson, running back Saquon Barkley, and safety Xavier McKinney are all expiring. Now, these aren't scrubs. These are good players, some of the best players on the team, in fact. This roster desperately needs talent, and losing half of the talent that already exists after this year is not going to help. Another important point I'd like to hit on is the fact that right now, Saquon Barkley carries this team. The Giants don't succeed a lot, but when they do, it's often due to Barkley's performance. Here's the problem. He can't do that forever. Not only is he going to continue to deal with injuries and age, the contract situation there is very messy, and right now there are no guarantees he's going to stick around. You think the Giants' offense is bad right now? Wait until Barkley leaves. I don't know if the team has a plan to replace his production, but if they don't, it's going to be catastrophic. The coaching staff is also looking kind of questionable. Brian Daboll is safe for now, but the shine of his 2022 season is very quickly wearing off, and people are starting to ask some questions. Offensive coordinator Mike Kafka has also looked like he's in over his head, and hasn't put any fans at ease. Issues with performance and development have raised a lot of questions about the staff as a whole. You could argue that the team needs a couple more high draft picks to add talent, but here's the problem. The Giants have not shown that they can draft players in any capacity so far. The 2022 draft was supposed to be great, but has been severely underwhelming so far, especially offensive tackle Evan Neal, who, there's no two ways around it, has just been awful. I would also say that the team hasn't found a lot of success with free agent signings either. I don't know if it's a problem with the players the front office is choosing or just bad coaching, although I'd probably lean towards the latter. The point is, if this organization cannot figure out how to add and develop talent, they're not going to get anywhere anytime soon. It won't matter how many high draft picks they get if they can't turn them into good players. In summary, the New York Giants are in an extremely tough spot right now. They're probably the worst team in the league as of current, and have one of the bleakest futures as well. Their coaching staff and front office has left a lot to be desired, the roster is barren of talent on both sides of the ball, they're stuck with Daniel Jones, and there's no immediate end in sight. If Brian Daboll can be the coach we all thought he was last year, and if the team can finally start building some real long-term talent, we'll talk. But for the present and for the future, the New York Giants are an absolute train wreck. And with all that said, I think it's finally time to bring today's video to its end. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing because it really does help me out. I'll see everybody next time. I hope you enjoyed, and I also hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Peace out.